I talked about Persona 4. I talked about what the game meant to me the first time that I played it, and that Persona 4 was actually the first game in the Persona series that I ever played. And because Persona 4 left such an incredible impression on me, I admittedly was a little nervous about Persona 5. I was not certain that Persona 5 was going to live up to the hype that Persona 4 had left in its wake. And even though, at the time, I was a little uncertain about it, just in case, I went out and I got the big bad boy edition. Comes with all a bunch of cool stuff, a little Morgana plushie, all kinds of Persona nerd stuff. I love it. But even though I was confident in my purchase, how was the game? I don't say this a lot, but I was wrong. I was so very wrong about my initial reaction for Persona 5. Because I absolutely freaking loved it. I thought Persona 4 was good. I thought Persona 4 was going to be the highest point of that mountain that we'd be able to reach with the series. And oh boy was I wrong. Because 5 takes everything, and I mean everything good about Persona 4, throws it out the window, and just blows it all out of the water. Everything about Persona 5 is just perfect, even more perfect than Persona 4 was. We've got a more stylized combat so level grinding doesn't feel like a drag. We have individual dungeons per character, and instead of having one gigantic dungeon like in Persona 3, it's a bunch of little ones, and we have the gigantic one too, where you can go to and train and complete other quests and all this cool stuff. There are so many awesome characters that you can interact with. You can buy weapons and guns for every character that you can use to do like special attacks. They did everything right. The voice acting was great. The animation was great. Crap, dude, everything about Persona 5 was just perfect. And I played a lot of Persona 5. I must have beaten the game at least 3 times since it came out. I spent a lot of time playing it. As far as the story goes, Persona 5 is a pleasant twist from what we would normally expect from a Persona game. We're not climbing through a dungeon like in 3 or 4. We're not going into a TV world to save people. What we're doing in Persona 5 is we're stealing hearts. And not like physical beating hearts. We're stealing the manifestation of evil people's desires, so they stop being evil and they become good. Now, as far as the concept goes, that's an interesting concept, and it's just executed so well. The villains in the series can be cartoonishly evil, but I do think that through the voice acting and through the way that they're written, it's just believable enough where you really hate them, and it feels really good when you get to kick their ass with your Persona. You go, Persona! And it comes up and like a lightning beam comes down and ain't nothing like kicking the crap out of a real bad dude. And that's the biggest draw in Persona 5. It's not just the story or the characters or the gameplay, but it's a mix of everything. A mix of all aspects from the entire series that made each game good are just pumped into this one and filled with adrenaline and beauty and style. And it's just an experience that we've never seen before, and honestly, I don't think we're ever going to be able to replicate again. Now, I can't say that Persona 5, in comparison to 4, had the same long-lasting emotional effect. Like I said, Persona 4 was really there in a very dark time in my life, whereas Persona 5 was in more of a hey, everything's going pretty good time in my life. But that doesn't mean the game is not fantastic, and it doesn't mean that its story is great in its own right. If you like the Persona series, you gotta play 5. If you've never played any of the Persona series, gotta play 5. Even if you're just a casual fan of RPGs, everything about Persona 5 is just absolutely flawless, and you will not regret picking it up and playing it. It's just so kick-ass. You know what? I think I'm gonna go play it right now. Who am I? Am I what you need? Maybe I'm not here at all.